Hello there and welcome back to a Halloween gluten-free, lactose-free and yeast-free baking video. How are we doing today? Today I'm going to be showing you my recipe for Melted Witch Cupcakes, but of course they're going to be gluten-free, lactose-free and yeast-free. You will be needing the following equipment: some scales, some measuring spoons, a sieve, a 6-hole cupcake or muffin tray and 6 cupcake cases, 2 large mixing bowls, a wooden spoon or electric hand whisk, a spatula, an ice cream scoop, a cake tester, a skewer, a toothpick or a teaspoon handle, a cooling rack, 6 striped straws, they can be whatever colour you like, a ruler, a black Sharpie, some black card although you will only be needing a little bit of it, a glue stick, some scissors, 1 small mixing bowl, a piping bag, a tall glass, an elastic band and some scissors, a palette knife, and that's all of your equipment. So you will also be needing the following ingredients. For your cupcakes you will be needing 75 grams of butter, softened, I like to use lacto-free butter, 75 grams of caster sugar, 1 medium-sized egg beaten, 75 grams of gluten-free self-raising flour and 10 grams of cocoa powder. For your buttercream icing you will be needing 70 grams of butter, softened, I like to use lacto-free butter, 140 grams of icing sugar sifted and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And for your green icing you will be needing 130 grams of icing sugar, some water and some green food colouring. So let's go! First things first, measure out and prepare all of your ingredients so that they're completely ready for you to use, and then preheat your oven to 180 degrees C on a conventional oven, 160 degrees C on a fan oven or gas mark 4. So now it is time to prepare our trays. So for this you will be needing your 6-hole muffin or cupcake tray and your 6 cupcake cases, and this is literally all you need to do to prepare it. So place this off to the side until we're ready to bake. So now that we've done all that nasty prep work, it is now time to begin actually making our cupcakes. So for this we will be needing our wooden spoon or electric hand whisk, our large mixing bowl, our spatula and all of our cupcake ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to do is place all of my butter into my mixing bowl, followed by our caster sugar. And now we're going to mix these together until they are light and fluffy. So now that that is all done, I'm going to add all of my egg. And now we're going to mix this together until we have a nice smooth batter. So now that that is all done and looking lovely and smooth, I'm now going to add in all of my cocoa powder. So now I'm going to mix this in until it is well combined. So now I'm going to add a little bit of my flour to my mixture, mixing all the time until everything is fully combined. Probably about right. So now that this is all done, I'm now going to need my prepared cupcake or muffin tray and my ice cream scoop. So now that we've got everything, we are just going to simply grab a spoonful of our mixture, place it into our cupcake cases and evenly spread this mixture into each of our cupcake cases. Probably saying that a bit wrong, but you know what I mean. And then between each addition, I'm also just going to scrape around the sides of my bowl so that I lose as little mixture as possible. So I'll just show you one more and then I'll just skip to the end. So now that this is all done, I'm now going to place this into my preheated oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Or until I insert a cake tester, a skewer, a toothpick or a teaspoon handle and it comes out completely clean. After that time, I'm then going to grab my cooling rack, place my cupcakes onto the cooling rack still in its tray for 10 minutes. And then after those 10 minutes, I'm going to take my cupcakes out of its tray, placing them back onto the cooling rack to cool completely. So to make your witch's legs, which I have made a little bit earlier just to show you how they look, and I really love them, we are going to need our 6 striped straws. They can be whatever colour you like, our ruler, our Sharpie, our scissors, our black card and our glue. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my ruler, well, grab one of my straws, use my ruler, grab my Sharpie and measure 9 centimetres on my ruler and draw a little line so I know where to cut and then trim that. There we go. And then repeat the same with the other end. Okay, so that's those two done and ready to get their boots attached to them. So now you can either draw the boot and then cut it out, but personally I'm just going to freestyle it because that's the kind of mood I'm in today. And you can do the boot in whatever style you like. I'm just making one up. 1, 2. So now the next thing is to grab my glue stick, put a little bit of glue on the back of the boot, and stick this to the side that the end of the straw that you cut out, because that's going to be a bit deformed with it being cut, and hold that down for about 10 seconds just so it gets a good grip. So then just using my other finger to make sure that it hasn't stuck to my finger. There we go. So now just place that off to the side to dry and repeat this entire process with the rest of your straws and set these off to the side until we're ready to decorate. So now that our cakes are out of the oven and are cooling, it is now time to begin making our buttercream icing. So for this we will be needing our wooden spoon or electric hand whisk, our second large mixing bowl, our spatula and all of our buttercream ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to do is add all of my butter to my mixing bowl, followed by my vanilla extract. So now I'm going to mix this together until it is nice and creamy. And now mixing all the time, I'm going to add a little bit of my icing sugar to my mixture until everything is fully combined. It's probably as much as I'm willing to go with at this point. So now that this is all done, we're going to place this off to the side until we're ready to decorate. So now it is time to make our green icing. So for this we will be needing our small mixing bowl, our spatula, our teaspoon, which I've personally taken off of my measuring spoons, and all of my green icing ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to do is add all of my icing sugar to my small bowl. And now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of my water to my icing sugar until it equals a thick, smooth paste. Oh shoot. There we go, that is basically how I want it. So I added about 3 teaspoons of water to mine, but it could change for you and it could vary, but that's just what I did. So this is the sort of consistency you need. You want it quite thick, but obviously it's still meant to be a puddle, so you want it slightly runny. But, you know, as I say, I added 3 and that's how I am liking it. And now we've got to add our green food colouring to our paste until it reaches your desired colour. I don't really know what colour I'm looking for this, so I'm just going to add a bit and see how I get on. It looks like an eyeball. Okay, so I'm really happy with this colour. So once I get it off my spatula, there we go. So now that this is all done, I'm now going to need my piping bag, my tool glass, my elastic band and my scissors. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up my piping bag, place this into my tool glass. If you wanted to use a nozzle, you could. I'm just not going to because I can't bear the hassle of it right now. So if you wanted to add the nozzle, now would be the time to do it. You can put it in before adding it to your tool glass. wrap the edges of your piping bag around your tool glass. Add your elastic band to keep it secure so it doesn't crumple in while you're adding your mixture. Add in your green icing to your piping bag. Oh goodness, when do I do it? 3, 2, oh, it's got 2 streams. 3, 2, 1, there we go. Remove your elastic band from your piping bag. Unravel the edges of your piping bag, pressing your mixture down. So now twizzle up the top of your piping bag. Then using our elastic band, we are going to wrap that around the top of our piping bag. Again, for the same reason as keeping the edges of your piping bag strapped around the edges of your tool glass. It's literally just to stop the icing going all over you while you are piping. Okay, so now that is all done, we're going to set this off to the side until we're ready to decorate. So now that our cakes have completely finished cooling, it is now time to begin decorating them. So for this we will be needing our white buttercream icing, our green icing, our scissors, a plate to decorate on, our cakes, a palette knife and our straw legs. So the first thing I'm going to do is, using my palette knife, just grab a little bit of my icing and spread that onto my cake. Applying a little bit of pressure and moving it round. There we go. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm just going to place that in there so I don't lose it. I am going to grab my green icing and then cut a very small hole at the bottom of it. So finishing cutting my very small hole, I'm just going to make a little puddle in the centre of my cupcake. And it doesn't matter if it's got wavy ends because that's kind of how a puddle goes, so I'm just adding those in. Doing a little bit extra where it's not gone together. There we go, I'm liking that a lot. And now grabbing my witch's legs, I am just going to poke these into the centre as well. And there we go. And here we go, this is the end result. I absolutely love these. These are so cute and adorable. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description, as I love them all and wouldn't put them there if I didn't, including the recipe for these lovely cupcakes and the links to all of the flour and equipment you will need for this recipe. If you do make this at home, don't forget to tag me on Instagram and use the hashtag bakingwithvickiie so that I can see all of your lovely creations. Let me know in the comments below of anything else you'd like to see me make, gluten, lactose or yeast free, as I do them all. And finally, don't forget to like, leave a nice comment and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye!